Monster Hunter 4 is a game in which you hunt monsters, winning the award for the most descriptive title in history. Now, usually in a game you got your characters, your story, your gameplay, and your boss fights. And so, with this in mind, I told Monster Hunter 4, show me what you got. And it replied, look at my amazing boss fights. And I said back to it, quite impressive, now show me the rest of it. At this point, the Monster Hunter looked at me confused and said, what do you mean? Because this game is full of more boss fights than a company of bipolar people led by an alarm clock that never shuts off. This game is like Capcom took a poll from 5 people about what they like most in video games. 4 of them said boss fights and the last one said horseback riding. Capcom said great, looked around at all the leftover game mechanics and said, well, won't be needing these, and tossed them out the window faster than that cat I tried to teach to fly when I was 7. Although the boss fights are great, the characters are underdeveloped and as bland as toast on a white wall. Or my voice. One of the more main characters didn't even get a name. He was just called The Man. And the story only pokes its head out into the sunlight every now and again until Capcom beats it back under the basement steps where it belongs. They try to act like you're in a life or death situation by screaming about how a horde of dragons is coming to muff punch your grandma with a fireball, but much like my collection of Little League trophies, it doesn't really mean anything. Sure, a man will be screaming his head off and squirting piss like a fire hose because unless you act quickly and kill this 7-titted shark frog, everyone will die for some reason or another that's not quite explained. But after killing enough great jaggies to make me a modest-sized mansion from their teeth, the man will still be in the same situation. These missions apparently take a couple of days for you to return from, so the whole time this guy has been flailing his arms around like that kid I threw in the deep end of the pool. I don't even think he knew how to swim. Even though the boss fights are the main focus of this game, they are not perfect. Eventually, all the monsters will seem repetitive and unthreatening, despite what everyone tells you about how the charm harp will eat everyone's babies and destroy civilization as you know it. It becomes kinda hard to believe after cracking open your 50th Rathalos skull looking for a ruby that I'm pretty sure wasn't even coded into the game. Don't get used to those candy skulls with creamy brain caramel filling, because once you reach about rank 5, it has a sudden difficulty spike. Those monsters you were giving back alley animas with your greatsword will now be using your colon as a snug cover for their monster cocks. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure I'm the douche in this game. These monsters are just animals trying to live their lives, as I'm blindly charging into combat wearing the remains of their dead friends and chugging more green goo than an alien prostitute. Even with these flaws, though, I'd still choose Monster Hunter 4 over rock climbing. If I had to climb it with my balls. The cliff was made of glass.